Good afternoon, traders, and welcome back to the Hot Stocks Outlook for May 11th, 2018. Hope you're all having an excellent week in the financial markets, and we have a lot of opportunities to cover today. We're going to start here with Masimo Corporation. We've also got Mylan and Procter Gamble, and also a couple more energy stocks, which for the past few weeks really highlighting some really great opportunities throughout that space and definitely warrant some of your attention. We'll start here with Masimo Corporation. And what we have here are daily bars and candles representing the price data here, this being all end of day data here. And against those daily bars, you have a couple of indicators. Actually, there's a few indicators we need to cover, but starting here with this black line, which is a regular simple moving average or an actual simple moving average. And what that does is really lag behind the market, but it does act as a good summary of where prices have been over a given period of time. And what we're able to do is compare that to a predicted moving average generated via the artificial intelligence found within VantagePoint. Now, these neural networks, and that being a type of artificial intelligence, is doing all of this analysis to produce that value looking forward. So telling us where average price is expected to move next. So as long as that blue line crosses above the black line, essentially the trend is up, and we want to go ahead and look to take long positions in line with our trading strategy. Again, whatever time frame, whether you trade options, really just forecasting that, look, the average prices are expected to move higher, and therefore you'd want to go ahead and get long. Now, in addition to that predicted moving average, we also have this indicator at the bottom, which we can see is either a green or a red configuration. And this is a highly accurate 48-hour indicator. So it's looking ahead a couple of candlesticks at a time and warning you of just short-term strength or weakness in the market. So you see here when it turns red, the trend overall is up, but you see you get these lower lows coming in over the next couple of days. So as a trader, you can really be prepared for that and understand if you want to be buying on dips and really handle the type of volatility that you need to stick with the overall trend here. But as long as that blue line remains above that black line, again, the trend remains up. And really lastly, every single trading day, you're provided a predicted high and low range before the trading day occurs. So you really understand, okay, what is the expected volatility for the next day? Where can I look to go ahead and get involved in a market? If we have a predicted level of a low or a high, you know where you want to get into a market, or conversely, where to take some shorter term profits. And we can actually go ahead and bring up those predictions against the actual price data so you can see how accurate this is day to day. So again, before the trading day occurs, you can really assess, okay, is our range moving higher? Is it moving lower? What's the overall direction of the trend? But you see here numerous entries in this uptrend as the market moves higher. So rather than just getting in at the market open and trying to get involved with a move, you have these predicted levels so you can adjust your position over time and really make the most of a given trading opportunity. So you see here about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 entries or so in that overall uptrend, but overall, a really nice opportunity to the upside. So definitely want to go ahead and make sure you're getting long the market and maintaining that position and adding to that position in line with that trading strategy that you have. So you see here about 13, almost 14% higher in just the last month, this being one market here, Masimo Corporation, but we can move on to, again, Mylan. And this is what's so important, is not only knowing when to be getting long a market, but of course when to take some profits or even go ahead and make money on the short side of the market. Here in Mylan, you see just the opposite, a crossover from that predicted moving average. And look at the neural index. So continually forecasting weakness until you really get to this trading day. And you see we get a little bit of a move higher, again, over just that 48-hour condition of the neural index. So very important to go ahead and assess what your trading strategy is, but stick with the overall trend and use those predicted high and low levels as a guide, because you want to be able to adapt to those changing market conditions when you get into a trade. So we see here this predicted moving average going back to the midpoint of April, saying, look, go ahead, look to get short. But then all of these levels are coming in before this trading day actually occurs. So when you actually need to go in and manage that trading opportunity, you know where you should be going ahead and adding into your position, where you can go ahead and look to take profits. But of course, remain on the short side of the market in this case, as the trend is definitely down. And we see that distance between that predicted moving average and the actual moving average really beginning to separate here. So over the course of really just a short period of time here, we have a pretty decent move here in Mylan, getting a little bit of strength recently, but over 10% move to the downside, with your shorts, starting to come in up at $40.70 per share, with the help of those predicted highs and predicted low levels. So really great opportunities again to not just be getting long, where there's really been some great opportunities in the last week. We've seen a lot more strength in the broader equity markets and the indices like the NASDAQ and S&P. But are still some areas where you certainly don't want to be long, and even go ahead and hedge that portfolio, make money on the short side. Procter Gamble as well. You see this crossover to the downside, warning, look, no reason to be long this market. Very clearly, you see, remain to the short side. You get a little bit of strength coming in over those 48-hour periods, but the trend still very much to the downside. So again, you want to get look towards your predicted levels, those predicted high and low levels, to assess, okay, well, where can I look to, essentially sell this market in line with the uptrend? And you see how these levels work. Again, these being posted before each of these trading candles occurs. So you understand, okay, the trend is down. You'd want to short up at these higher levels. You get a big move lower, but still, you see the market having a very difficult time maintaining those predicted high levels, being in a very strong downtrend here. So Procter & Gamble, definitely not a good spot to go ahead and be taking long positions, but conversely, really great opportunities to be short. We see here again, over 8% move to the downside. Really large company here, where of course you can go ahead and buy some put options, just go ahead and short the shares, but certainly don't want to be long over the last month here in shares of Procter & Gamble. And lastly, the energy space has, week after week, really highlighting these really nice opportunities to the upside. You can see throughout the whole sector, looking at all these individual stocks, a lot of this strength coming in, and a lot of that having to do with what's going on in the crude oil market. And that's really the benefit of this software, is it's performing what's called intermarket analysis to be analyzing not only what's going on in this case, Denbury Resources, and we see SRC Energy, but how are oil prices affecting the markets that you're trading, in this case, energy stocks. So really nice crossover to the upside. A lot of volatility here. You see the market certainly having some up days and some down days, but look at the neural index over these time periods, consistently much more commonly up at a green trajectory, and the trend certainly to the upside. And of course, we can bring in those predicted ranges, which we can see the volatility really getting really extreme here over the last few days. But that's what the software is good at, is helping you adjust and adjust your position over time, so that you understand, okay, well, as far as a daily trading plan, where should I be looked to buying the market, and conversely, take profits on the upper side of this range. But the market's still in an uptrend. So you see we get a big dip lower here and some volatility, but you actually close above that predicted low and then continue higher. So just another really great opportunity as far as the energy stocks. And when you see a lot of stocks doing similar things like we have in energy, just all these markets forecasted to the upside, it really opens up some great opportunities, and it makes sense to go ahead and go with that trend. We see about a 36% move to the upside, this being a very cheap stock. So you can buy a lot of shares of this company. Even 1,000 shares, you're up over $1 per share. So over $1,000 in just the last 24 trading days. Here in SRC Energy, same thing, crossover to the upside. Neural index strongly there at a 1 over the duration of this course. You see a little bit of a missed signal here, but a little bit of a sideways action as the neural index goes negative, but the trend is to the upside. You wouldn't be taking short positions. You'd only be looking to go long, again, in line with your predicted highs and lows. So make those assessments of, okay, well, where do I want to go ahead and get long the market? What prices do I want to go ahead and accept? And you see here a really nice opportunity where 27% move to the upside since that first entry after the crossover. You see you hit that predicted low, but numerous places where you can be adding to this position and get involved with a really nice uptrend over the course of really the middle of April and into this month of May. We look here, 21% move to the upside, 27% over 21 days rather, over $2.60 per share. So really nice moves throughout energy. And, it makes sense. If you're going long some of these energy stocks, you can also look to hedge your portfolio, find some areas to short the market. But certainly you don't want to be missing what's going on in energy in this space here, just really opening up a lot of great trading opportunities. So for now, guys, that's been our hot stocks outlook for May 11th, 2018. Best of luck. Thank you all for watching, and bye for now.